The Australian Commission on Safety and Quality in Healthcare has developed the National Clinical Trials Governance Framework as a first step towards the accreditation of health service organisations for the conduct of clinical trials. If you work in clinical trials, you need to become familiar with the governance framework and understand what needs to be in place within your health service organisation to meet the requirements in the governance framework. The governance framework incorporates the first two national safety and quality health service standards. These are the Clinical Governance Standard and the Partnering with Consumers Standard. These two standards already in place in all hospital and day procedure services across Australia for clinical service provision will now also apply to clinical trial services. Implementing the governance framework has the capacity to reduce trial start-up times, optimise pre-approval and recruitment timeframes, better engage trial sponsors, and improve consistency in trial service delivery. The governance framework describes the roles and functions for people whose positions relate to clinical trial service provision, lists the actions within the National Safety and Quality Health Service Standards against which your organisation will be assessed, suggests strategies to help meet these actions, and provides examples of evidence that clinical trial services may use to demonstrate they have met the actions. Accreditation is an evaluation process that assesses a health service organisation's compliance with the National Safety and Quality Health Service Standards by external assessors. Accreditation assures the community that clinical trial services meet expected patient safety and quality standards. Following the pilot in 2020, it's anticipated that clinical trial services will be assessed against the actions described in the governance framework using a maturity scale to describe success. As health service organisations must already meet the National Safety and Quality Health Service Standards, preparing for an assessment can build on work that is already underway within your health service organisation. Implementing the governance framework will provide many practical benefits, including integrating clinical trials into routine health service provision, eliminating duplication and delays in ethical and local site review and approval, timeliness in trial startup, certainty for trial workforce and trial sponsors, and ensuring predictable recruitment rates. Get to know the National Clinical Trials Governance Framework. Use your existing committees or establish a working group responsible for strategic planning. This group should be set up in consultation with your senior management and include members of the clinical trials workforce, consumers and trial sponsors. They will work with the organisation's management to implement the governance framework, allocate resources and develop mechanisms to report on and review operational performance on a regular basis. The governing body has ultimate responsibility for safety and quality and ensuring the standards as provided in the governance framework are met. Seeking advice from colleagues involved in implementing the National Safety and Quality Health Service Standards at your organisation may also be useful. Find out who is your accrediting agency. You will need to ensure the contract with your accrediting agency covers assessment of clinical trial services. Conduct a self-assessment. Before being assessed by your accrediting agency, your organisation should complete a self-assessment test of the current systems and processes in place. A self-assessment tool has been developed to help you do this. The tool helps you to identify gaps you may need to address and provides examples of evidence you can use to demonstrate actions have been met. It can also be used to develop action plans to undertake and track the implementation progress of the framework within your health service organisation. For all the information and resources you need to implement the governance framework, visit the Commission's website.